this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I'm doing the astrology for May 2023, and it's kind of a doozy because we've got a lot of things to talk about, and so just hang on. I'm going to explain everything that happens to us in May 2023. That's right. Our astrological chart. Now, of course, just a few weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, we had our eclipse, and we're about to have another one, and so it's kind of gonna get a little crazy. So we have some amazing opportunities, some amazing kind of energy coming at us. So I'm going to explain it all to you, so hopefully we can take advantage of this energy that our universe is sending to us. So literally May 1st, we have Pluto. It begins its retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. I've got a lot of videos on this, so if you haven't, I will make sure that they are linked down beneath. But kind of really it begins in the sign of Aquarius, and then Pluto kind of for the few months kind of stays in Aquarius, and then kind of backs up into another sign, and kind of that sort of thing. And that's kind of the way retrogrades go. It's kind of like the way they kind of do that. But it's kind of a more of a positive time, because I think a lot of people have really been wanting this change, and Pluto is kind of the planet of the underground, things that we didn't want to deal with, things that we like for a while. We're like, let's just shove that to the back of the closet. Let's not deal with that right now. And now it's like, boom, let's bring this up so we can work through it, because it's in retrograde. It's going to be bringing it up so we can review, relook at, kind of redecide what we want to do with this. And then we've got that Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is our rebellion, kind of like, I want to change my thinking. Before I thought this, and now I'm changing my thinking. So that's a great way to kind of think about updating our thinking. And this isn't just like one or two people. This is because Pluto's so far out there, he's going to be affecting everybody, every government, every person, because he's so far out there. The further out they are, they cast their wide net over us and really do a number on all of us, but kind of like affecting us more. So because Pluto's so far out, he is really going to be affecting us in this, and it's going to be making some adjustments, some different transformations for people, kind of like really wanting to make us make some new energy, kind of like clear out some old stuff, kind of like you've been hanging on to the old stuff. Let's clear it out and let's get going again. And that's what this Aquarius in retrograde is really doing for us, is kind of pushing us to kind of make those changes. Next, we have our sun in the sign of Taurus, conjunct Mercury in the sign of Taurus. And so this is kind of one of those interesting energies, because really the conjunctions are kind of like about merging our energies together, kind of like putting the sun in Taurus and kind of mixing that with Mercury in Taurus. So let's talk about this. Let's go. Our sun is our ego. It's representing our ego, and it can kind of symbolize like the areas in our life that we really want to kind of like bring into new energy into. And then Taurus is this super peaceful, grounded energy. So and it's blending together with Mercury, and Mercury is kind of really our planet about our thinking and how do we upgrade our things and how do we communicate with other people. And that's also in Taurus, which is, like I said, that very peaceful, very stable energy. And these are kind of a great mix together, especially on May 1st. We are starting something new. We will be you can work for the next 5 to 8 weeks or so on this energy of kind of like blending all of this together, focusing on what you're excited about and get going quickly. So this is going to give us that little kick of let's go, kind of that stable Taurus energy on both sides, but kind of like part of it is that ego, kind of like, it doesn't have to be bad ego, it can just be ego. And then it can also be kind of like the things that really are important to me, that's ego energy. And then Mercury's all about that communication and kind of like that thinking, what do we want to change or upgrade about this? So this is going to be with us, like I said, about 5 to 8 weeks. Let's go to May 3rd. We have our sun in the sign of Libra squaring Mars in the sign of Cancer. And so the square is all about like challenging energies. They're going to be kind of like, who's going to get in there first? Who's going to get to them first? And it really, what's going to get to you is whichever one you're connected to more. Our moon is all about our emotions, and Libra is all about balancing that emotion, kind of like how are we going to find that balance there. And they're kind of pushing against kind of like Mars in the sign of Cancer. Mars is our planet of aggression, movement, action. Cancer can be kind of like our kind of like intuitive, emotional, kind of moody planet kind of thing. And so this is going to be bringing in some extra energy that needs to be used up. So kind of like, where do we want to put this? This can bring in a lot of frustrations, because Mars in the sign of Cancer, Mars is action and Cancer is relaxation. So it's kind of like you want to relax and then you want to move and you want to, yeah. So that's already beginning causing some kind of like strife for some people. Kind of like, I want to do something, but I want to rest. I want to do this, but I want to rest. So kind of that, a little bit of that frustration there, and kind of finding that you might be a little more irritable. Okay, now on May 4th, we have, may the force be with you. I will be changing out my towels in my bathroom for all my Star Wars stuff. So just so you know, I'm cool. So let's talk about this. So on May 4th, we have Venus in Gemini squaring Neptune in Pisces. And remember, the squaring is all about pushing the energies together, kind of making that a little bit challenging. So Venus is our planet of love. Gemini is all about communication and kind of that sort of thing, kind of like communication and our perspectives. And that's kind of pushing against kind of like Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So Neptune is our planet, our dreamy, dreamy planet. And that is really kind of like our imagination and kind of like the things that we might want to kind of like dream about, kind of that sort of thing. And it's in the sign of Pisces, which is all about the fish and flowing and kind of our emotions, our intuitive energy. And this is a day where your boundaries may be a little fluid, where you kind of like let people in too much, or you might keep people out a little bit too much, which can leave you kind of feeling a little more vulnerable. If they're kind of too close to you, you feel like they're attacking you almost, but if they're too far away, you feel vulnerable. So you kind of like, where's the good space? So this is a day where you're going to be like, oh, I'm all over the place. This is kind of a great day to kind of really focus in on holding good boundaries and kind of like supporting yourself. Like, this is a good, healthy boundary for me. And so that's a really good day to kind of really think about the boundaries that you've had in the past, things that you would really want to bring in differently. Let's go to May 5th. First, let's talk about, we have our 5-5 energy portal, and our 5-5-5 energy portal is amazing. This is all about abundance and kind of moving down your path. This can also bring in some amazing energies. Now, this portal on this day, May 5th, 2023, is going to be a little extra, because we also have our lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. So that is kind of like, yes, it is going to be, our energy portal is going to be like on target, kind of bringing in this energy. And then on top of that, we've got that lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. So that's going to be bringing in some major emotional stuff coming up. This could also bring up some old things that you've been holding on to for a long time, kind of bringing that to the surface. Let's see, this can also be a little bit unsettling, because you kind of feel like you want to run from some energy, or kind of like want to get away from things. And Scorpio is kind of really that energy that can kind of be very secretive, and kind of like things are kind of hidden down. Maybe not as much as Pluto, but kind of like some things that are hidden, that Scorpio energy. I'm going to hide things. But this is a great day to kind of really face your fears. This is a great day to take care of you and find some new understanding of what's coming in at you, and kind of really be empowered by our 5-5 energy portal with all of its abundance and energy flowing, that sort of thing. So this is a great day to kind of connect to all of that. Now, also on May 5th, 3 things on May 5th. So here we go. We have Venus in the sign of Gemini sextiling Jupiter in the sign of Aries. So our sextiles are all about creating opportunities, or kind of pushing each other's energy forward. And so we have Venus, the planet of love, in Gemini, which is all about communication and our kind of like connecting to others. This is going to be kind of kind of blending together or encouraging energy from Jupiter in the sign of Aries. Jupiter, our planet of wealth, luck, and abundance. Aries, all about like our fierce encouragement, kind of like encouraging our energy to keep going forward. And so this can be an easy day to get along well with others, and you may find that you have more opportunities opening for you because you've got the eclipse, you've got your 5-5 energy portal, and you've got all of this energy from Venus, which is all about love, and you've got Jupiter, all about luck. So kind of all of this blends together and kind of brings in some amazing energy. And you might also feel like that, like this is a great time to kind of like, what do I want to go forward into? Kind of where am I want to put my luck today? Where do I want to push that energy? This is a great one. Next, on May 7th, we have Venus entering the sign of Cancer. Venus, our planet of love, is going into the sign of Cancer, which is all about nourishing and kind of like our intuitive energy, kind of, and also can be a little emotional or a little moody at times. So kind of like our connections in love will be more important, kind of wanting to connect to that energy, that love. And this can come in over the next few weeks. You can even work through kind of like your emotional connections that are already in relationships, or if there's one relationship that you really want to amp up at this time frame and kind of bring in some new connections, this would be great to do. You can also kind of improve like your connection to your family members, not just your major relationships, but other family members as well, and kind of staying in your comfort zone. Like it can really kind of make you feel like, yes, Cancers really love that comfort, that nurturing part, and so they don't like to fear to get too far off the beaten path. So it's kind of like, let's keep that energy really close. Not that they can't adventure at all, they're just not too far off the beaten path. They like a little adventure. Let's next go to May 9th. We have our sun in the sign of Taurus conjunct Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So our conjunction is kind of merging or blending these energies together. So sun, our ego; Taurus, stable relationships, peaceful energy; conjunct, kind of blending together, our Mercury, which is all about kind of our thinking and our communication in the sign of Taurus. Like I said, is kind of stable relationships energy. And this is kind of like relationships are going to be a little bit awkward kind of thing, because may be challenging. And really, this is a great day to kind of really work on your listening skills, really think about the listening skills. So kind of really thinking about like listening to someone else. And it's one of those, a lot of times, like we really don't listen sometimes as well as we could or should. So this is a really great time to kind of like take a step back from communicating or kind of trying to one up somebody. This would be a really great day to kind of really like listen to them and kind of like just be there for them and kind of like listen to what they have to say. Try not to make any comments or anything else, but kind of like just agreeing of like, I'm hearing your side, I'm just listening to you, can be a really great one. Okay, next on May 11th, we have our moon in the sign of Aquarius squaring Mercury in the sign of Taurus. And our squares are all about like challenging energy, kind of pushing each other energy. Our moon is our emotions, and that is in the sign of Aquarius, and which is all kind of like our rebellious, kind of crazy energy at times. Pushing its energy into like a challenge energy into Mercury. Mercury in the sign of Taurus. So this can, no, hold on. Mercury in the sign of Taurus sextiling Okay, let's go to May 12th. We have Mercury in the sign of Taurus sextiling Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Mercury is all about communication. Taurus is kind of like our peaceful, stable energy. Sextiling is all about like cheerleading each other on, kind of pushing this energy together. Saturn is our stability and our infrastructure, our structure. And then that's in the sign of Pisces, which is all about flowing. So our infrastructure is going to be flowing and how we do things. So this is a great day to really be focusing on like our mental discipline, making things easier for us. Like what can we do to make things flow easier? Kind of like moving that around. Like I'd like this microwave on the other side of the kitchen, or I want this, or I want to change things. Like moving things around. And this is also a great day to kind of make some plans moving forward. Kind of like what are the things? Kind of like where are your benchmarks for you? Where are the benchmarks that you want to change? Where are the benchmarks that you want to upgrade? Those are the really good ones to kind of really think about today. Now, we also have another sextile today. We have Mercury in the sign of Taurus, sextiling Venus in the sign of Cancer. So remember, those sextiles are all about pushing and creating opportunities. So Mercury, communication and thinking. Taurus, stable energy, kind of pushing and kind of giving us some opportunities. Venus in the sign of Cancer. Venus, our planet of love and details, is in the sign of Cancer, which is nourishing and kind of really bringing in our intuition. And our compromise can be very easy today, kind of like finding that middle ground, kind of finding like that great balance between two things. This can be finding the right words, kind of winning people over. Also kind of like soothing some things that you've been like working on or kind of working towards. And this can also bring in a lot of peace and happiness of just kind of like chill out today. So I know there's a lot going on May 12th, but it's always a good one. Let's go to May 13th. We have Venus in the sign of Cancer, trine Saturn in the sign of Pisces. So let's talk about this. Venus, planet of love. Cancer, all about nurturing. And then we've got that trining, and that trining is kind of like making a flow or kind of like making new agreements with things. And then that is Saturn in the sign of Pisces. So Saturn, our planet of structure and infrastructure in the sign of Pisces. This is going to be pushing us to kind of strive to make achievements, succeed, kind of like where do I want to focus my energy at? This can be a great benefit to make some connections at work or kind of work related connections. This can also be making some new inroads, like where do you want to go? What does that future look like for you? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be in like 6 months or a year or 2 years? Where do you want to be in all of this energy? So it's kind of like, where are we going in all of this? Next, let's go to May 14th. We have Mercury going direct in the sign of Taurus. Now it is still in post-shadow energy. It is not out of post-shadow energy until the end of May, but we have Mercury, our planet of communication, moving direct in the sign of Taurus. So it's not out of retrograde, so it's not as strong. It's but it's now lightening up until we get to the end of May. With the end of Mercury in retrograde, you can start kind of getting things back on track and kind of moving things forward. If you are still feeling the full effect of Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Taurus, maybe you want to take a few extra days, because I know a lot of people are really sensitive, and so you might want to like get a little unstuck, but kind of not moving too many things far forward. This is also a kind of a time like you want to make sure that you're not signing any contracts unless you have to. This is going to be bringing in some new changes and upgrades, and be careful with those emails and text messages. Those can get you in trouble very quickly. Okay. Let's go to May 15th. We have Mars in the sign of Cancer, trining Neptune in the sign of Pisces. And so Mars, our planet of action and aggression, in the sign of Cancer, which is nurturing and our intuition. Our trine is all about finding that easy flow between the two. Neptune is our planet that's all about dreams, daydreams, dreaming, affecting our dreams in the sign of Pisces. So it's going to making it flow, kind of making our dreams flow. This is kind of a good day to kind of like open up your spiritual side. If you've got some extra time, this is a great day to do some extra meditations and kind of really venture out, kind of like with your spirit. This is a great day to kind of push your meditations. If you've been meditating, kind of like go a little bit further out, maybe astral projection or something else, kind of like really pushing it. This is the day that's going to be really like, keep going, you can make it. These are some amazing energy that we've got coming for us for the first half of May 2023, and it has some amazing energy for us. So you want to make sure that you are really focusing in on this energy and really taking this to heart, because I guarantee there are some amazing days you can take advantage of some amazing energy. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.